So you can definitely find great interest with this technique, but with the fact that it's the main go-to technique for hundreds of thousands of others, you have to do a lot of digging again to get past those interests that everyone are seeing, the ones that are easily accessible. So I decided to go ahead and continue using Audience Insights to double check the affinity and relevance of the interest that I find. That's pretty much what I was talking about, the data that I use. And I also used it to check data for age ranges and stuff like that. But I lean more toward the manual direct to customer method of finding those interests because I believe it's a bit more reliable and accurate than Audience Insights. Before we get into that buyer heavy targeting technique, let's quickly mention Audience Drill, which is really the only other tool that I use other than Audience Insights. Every once in a while I'll use Audience Drill because it's a really cool tool that spits out relevant interests that are 100% targetable. That's the coolest thing about it. There's another product out there that came out similar to that. Can't think of the name right now, but they give you 100% targetable interests without having to double check, which is the powerful thing. With all the other techniques, you have to double check. Audience Insights, you have to double check. Extreme targeting, you have to double check. You have to actually type it into the interest manager thing and see if it comes up as targetable. With Audience Drill, it's automatically targetable. So every interest that pops out of Audience Drill comes up as an interest, and you don't have to waste that time. Like it saves a lot of time. So if you're in a rush and you want to find something really quickly, it's there for you. So again, it's a tool released by Sam Becker and Brad Stevens. If you're interested in it, you can find it at audience-drill.co. Just make sure you pick up the version that includes Interest Drill because it has different features, and Interest Drill is the actual feature that I use to get those 100% targetable interests. All right, let's break down the extreme targeting technique step by step. All right, this technique is 100% based on buyer data and direct to customer approach. The whole idea is to skip the guesswork and go directly to the source, the customer, the buyer, and extract data from their public information. I like to call these guys niche representatives. Every time you get into a new niche, you want to find a number of passionate niche representatives that can help you gather data based on their previous purchase history. Read that again. Every time you get into a new niche, every time you touch a new niche, you want to find a number of passionate niche representatives that can help you gather data based on their previous purchase history. And again, if you can't find anyone to base off of their previous purchase history, which you can find in almost every case, you can just go to those really obsessed, super passionate fans. So to put this into perspective, say you wanted to seriously get into the fishing niche and you had a friend who you knew bought a number of fishing t-shirts online. You probably want to call him up, grab a drink, and grill him for a few hours, right? With a bunch of questions related to the fishing niche, right? I mean, it would make sense. You have a friend, he's your friend, you have access to him. You know he goes fishing every weekend. He has a fishing boat. He has all the equipment. He's a fisherman. Who knows more about the fishing niche, you or him, right? Come on, like you will want to do what you can to get him to go out with you and try to get as much information as you can from him. And that's what this system is based on. Again, going to the professionals. Every time you touch a new niche, you don't know nothing about the niche, but the fans, they know all about the niche. And if I could pay for a consultation with some of these fans, I would. If I was getting into a niche that I was really serious about, and it was really profitable, I would definitely pay somebody for a consultation that's a really obsessed fan because they can give you so much gold. It's crazy. They can give you a ton of gold about what kind of concepts they like to see, what kind of concepts they think would sell well. They'll give you a ton of gold of what kind of audience, what kind of targeting you should do, what kind of audiences you should build based on their purchase history. Basically, it's just like when you're getting into a new niche, you want to find those professionals, the experts, and you have to be humble enough to remove yourself from that when it comes to this part. We're not experts when it comes to this. We suck at this. We're not good at this. We should be good at finding people that are good at this. We deal with a lot of niches in this business, so you can't be a pro at every niche. You can't just know every niche and know what makes them tick. So just knowing that and accepting that fact will help increase your success ratio, because you're kind of stepping back on this and saying, look, all right, I know I don't know anything about knitting a sweater, so I'm not going to pretend I do. I'm going to go to the customer and get everything from them. That's basically what this is all about.